You know, being a 90s baby, I knew about Kim Porter, about Misa Hilton, about all those other people that had found issue with Diddy. And I also know what abuse looks like, right? So a lot of times when people say things like, well, why did all these people keep going back to him? It's just for money. It's this. Yeah, it could be for money, you know, especially if you're hungry and you need to survive and someone's holding or dangling something over your head. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Nina, your favorite auntie, sister, cousin. And today I'm definitely coming to you as the cousin. Not a sister, maybe the auntie. But regardless, we are talking about that dude Diddy and taking personal responsibility and accountability. Now, over here, we talk about everything for self-improvement, self-development, everything from your hygiene, from head to toe, to your mental, spiritual, and physical well-being. And this is no different. And the reason why is because so many of my little sisters and cousins and aunties over here know and have been through situations with someone like Diddy or something close to it. As we know, there's multiple forms of abuse, okay? There's multiple forms. And in the case of Diddy recently, y'all know, them people dropped a good old video of old boy fighting or harming, because I can't even say fighting, harming, okay? Harming Cassie Ventura. And that video dropping was pretty shocking. I will say that's one of the times in culture and media culture where the world kind of stopped, okay? Let me know how you felt about the video. Let me know what you were doing when it dropped and what you thought about it. Was it something you already knew? Did it take you by surprise? Now, I already knew. I'm a 90s baby, okay? Born in the 80s, raised in the 90s. I know all about the bad boy, East Coast, West Coast, beef, Tupac, everybody, okay? So, you know, being a 90s baby, I knew about Kim Porter, about Misa Hilton, about all those other people that had found issue with Diddy. And I also know what abuse looks like, right? So a lot of times when people say things like, well, why did all these people keep going back to him? It's just for money. It's this. Yeah, it could be for money, you know, especially if you're hungry and you need to survive and someone's holding or dangling something over your head. It's easy to say, oh, I would just leave, I would just go. But sometimes it's not that easy financially, emotionally, physically. A lot of times it takes a lot of time to leave someone. It takes up to 7 times to get it right. And sometimes we don't make it to the 7th time. And that person should not be blamed for that, especially when they're being held against, when I say their full will, you know, being drugged up or, you know, coerced or being told that they won't be able to survive. We believe those things sometimes, and we cannot be mad at people for, you know, sometimes having to make the decision that might be best for them or seem the best for them at the time, especially when someone's holding that over their heads. I can remember at a time knowing about Kim Porter and hearing about her nose being broken and hearing about her being harmed several times. And even, I remember I would even question when he got with Cassie, well, what happened with him and Kim Porter? Not that I was that invested, but it was just weird to me. But you have to know that abusers will flaunt other people in your face to make you stay, because you'll want to stay and make them see that you are the one. You're the valuable one. You're the one who's down. You're the one who's loyal. And I'm pretty sure that that's what's happened. And so do I think Kim Porter's spirit is in overtime? Absolutely, baby. Payback is a mother. So for years, we've always heard, no matter what personality this man had on, whether it was Sean Combs, Sean Diddy, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Love, Sean Love, whoever it was, okay, we knew that there was a monster within, allegedly, okay? And now not even allegedly, because we got it on video. So for those that have not watched, I'm not going to show the full thing here. I might show flashes because it is triggering. It was triggering for me. It was triggering for your sister. I can definitely say even seeing it made me feel sick to my stomach. Not just because it was Cassie, but Cassie represented a lot of people. And I know that if this was on video, there's a lot of other people he's done this to behind closed doors. Furthermore, I knew that she had probably seen it even worse. Y'all got to remember, somebody that got the literal balls to run out of the door of a hotel, run down the hallway, not care who sees, even if they bought out the whole floor, okay? Not care who could see them. Throwing vases, throwing feet and hands, doing all of that. They ain't got no coof, okay? They don't care. They will harm and they will continue to harm. And the other K word, okay, another K word. They're going to do a couple things to people and they're not going to care about it because they don't even care about what they look like, okay? Your self-preservation is not even on if you'll run out knowing that there's probably surveillance, there's probably something else. There's no amount of drugs, alcohol, or anything to keep me from, get me to running out the door with a towel around me that has the possibility of falling on video while I'm kicking somebody. So first off, considering that. Secondly, I'm so bothered by the number of people who were giving so much support to not Cassie, but before this video posted and even after, to Diddy, as if a grown 46-year-old man at the time needs anybody to coddle him and love on him. And see, that's the problem right now. That's why I can't support my girls dating and doing all of that right now with a sound mind, unless you can definitely get a full background check. And even then, some people ain't right. And as a licensed clinical professional, I feel the need to talk about this because we excuse it so much just because somebody got money, because they got prestige, because they got all these different things. And it makes you treasure, if you've been raised a certain way, or even if you were exposed to people that taught you certain things, treasure being an actual good person. No, we don't all do good things. And sometimes we do certain things that we learn from. But clearly Diddy ain't learned. 46 years old and still putting your feet on somebody. Baby, this man is 54 years old now. 54. Do you hear me? And I said 4. This foolish man. There's so much I want to say. There's so much I want. And normally things that come out of these types of microphones don't be having much couth, but baby. This 54-year-old man probably still putting hands and feet on people. I don't even want to say probably. Yeah, we got to say allegedly, but he probably putting feet and hands on people still. From every woman in his family. See, here's my thing. Men are like this too. Enjoy doing things like this to people that they know they can get away with it. Now, the reason why I even say this is because of the sorry ass apology that this fool had the nerve to put out there. Now, as of, I want to say Sunday, because the world it didn't really stop this time because the stop came with the original video, but the huff that came with seeing the video of him apologizing, baby, that was not apology. First off, okay, as a licensed clinical professional, I'm gonna tell you this. He looked like he wanted to laugh the whole time. Exhibit A, do y'all think he looked like he's actually sorry? And I don't know if there's a way to actually look like you sorry, but let's be honest. This is the face of a little boy that got caught being outside after the street lights went off. Not a man who got caught with hands and feet on somebody on film with a towel wrapped around them. I just don't. There's no level of respect. There's no level of, even trying to feel any compassion or empathy. And here's the thing. A lot of people had a problem with him not saying Cassie's name. Come to find out, he's not allowed to say it. Regardless, that apology still wasn't for nobody else but him. Because even if you couldn't say her name, I would even allude to the fact y'all know who I'm talking about because you know who you saw in the video. If you're really sorry. Furthermore, you ain't sorry. If y'all ever seen MTV back in the day, with making a band and all of that other stuff, I remember watching that. Even young, I was pretty intuitive. And a lot of the stuff, I was like, okay, he going a little too far. They got to go get a cheesecake from Brooklyn. They got to go do this. They got to go walk here. They got to talk to each other crazy. He made them battle. He made them do all of that. These were hungry kids. He took advantage of hungry kids. Anybody who does that really has no respect for people. And it's only continued. So when I see other people taking up for them, I have to assume that you believe that you can get away with a lot of stuff, especially if you have money, prestige, or other things. Accountability. I know that the internet has really worn this word out with all of these manosphere podcasts and everything else. But let me read y'all a definition that I really like. I love the website vocabulary.com because for some of y'all that don't really know the definition of words, you need to know how to use them. And accountability is not what we have here. It is the quality or state of being accountable, especially an obligation or willingness to accept responsibility or to account for one's action. It is also, if you take responsibility for your own actions, you show accountability. Stepping up and admitting it when you break something shows accountability. Accountability is a noun that describes accepting responsibility, and it can be personal or very public. And I take it that for this food, it ain't I hate to call people fools, but for this food, it ain't personal or public. He wasn't fooling nobody. I honestly feel like he looked like he wanted to laugh when he was apologizing. Okay. All of it was, his demeanor, the way he was looking off camera, the way he was looking like he was reading from a script, the way that he wanted to convince you that he's a changed man. He had every check box possible for celebrity apology or influencer apology. And what I also saw in that was, they love to throw this therapy word, the buzzword, I got help. I went to rehab. But that don't mean nothing. You went and you did what? You went and you sat. You went and you put hands and feet on other people. Because how we know you didn't get kicked out of rehab? How you know, or how do we know that you didn't harm somebody there? Okay. Also, I love how he distanced himself from the behavior. You got to do this. This ain't no motivational speech. You are wrong. You've done wrong. You're not taking responsibility and you're not moving forward. And the nerve to have a name like Love. Y'all, like I said, I can't even support my sisters, my friends, my aunties, my cousins in having or building relationships with people at this time, in dating. And I'm going to talk about that in another video. Let me know if you would like that. But I think people got to really be careful, because so many of these people have a mask on. I've been there too. I've been threatened. I've had a hole punched in the wall in front of me. I've had all kinds of stuff happen. And yes, I tell y'all this not because I'm trying to have a woe is me time, but I tell you it's very hard for certain people to change. They can put on the mask for as long as they can, but one false move, one sniff of something, one drink of something, they is real close to the edge of harming other people. And you should never have an excuse for harming other people. The other thing is, where there's smoke, there's fire. So I think it's interesting that so many people are like, oh, well, he's a human. I was listening to The Breakfast Club, which that's a whole nother conversation. Charlemagne and his donkey of the day. I felt like it was very performative. I did not feel it was authentic. I also feel like they've had Diddy on there for so long and they've never called him out about his rumors per se. They've always tiptoed around it, maybe because of the bag that they're getting through Revolt. I don't know. But I heard them, a call in, a person say, oh, well, he's human and humans do this. Okay, beasts do this too. I would rather classify him as a beast before I classify him as a human. Putting your hands and feet on somebody who's that much younger than you, anybody who's the same age as you, but definitely someone you're taking advantage of, who doesn't have the upper hand. Yes, Cassie was an adult. Yes, Kim Porter and others were adults. However, something has to be said about choosing those that are significantly younger, more vulnerable, less protected, and more likely to fall into your whims because of your money and prestige and power. And if everybody's saying it ain't gonna be false, y'all. I'm sorry. We live in a society where, because social media has made everybody believe that they have access to everything someone does, and because they come on camera and they make things look good, and they got the flossing and they got the outfits and the clothes and the money, that they good people, that does not make a good person. That does not make a good person. And this situation with Diddy has opened my eyes to so much, even more. I know there's more to come, and I know there's more happening. As y'all know, his house was raided. In the raid, I'm pretty sure they found some things, because we still ain't heard anything about that. We haven't heard anything that has exonerated him. Y'all got to pay attention to the context clues. Ain't nobody said they ain't found nothing. Also, his little son coming out, that let me know that he teaching them boys the wrong way too. You think it's okay to not sit back and shut up and eat your food and live in your nice, rich world. You decide to pop out and make a horrible diss track trying to make your daddy look good. Your daddy been doing crimes probably before you was born. Allegedly. Y'all, I'm toe down from the whole situation, because I think it really showed me even more about this world and how uneasy I am. Now raising a daughter, it has made me even more fervent. I am so appalled with this world. Like I said, I can't trust and put it out there for my sisters, my cousins, my nieces, all of y'all that I love out here dating in this economy, in this world right now. Right now. Because these people are taking full advantage of being evil. And seeing that, I already knew. I was numb from knowing. Shocked though, because of the balls that were shown in the video. Like, you don't care at all. Y'all, a person who does that, abuse or not, you don't care at all. You don't even care about how you look. Ain't nobody that high. So in seeing that, I realized that it's just not safe out here. It's not safe for my friends. It's not safe for my sisters. We got to focus on keeping ourselves together, because as long as people like that think that they can get away with things like that, and what that does is it waves downward. So a man like that, of that caliber, doing that makes it look cool to everybody else. It ain't. And unless you truly take accountability, which most people will never change. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. I have been on YouTube for 10 years plus talking about change, and I've had several people that have been able to make change. But in the grand scheme of things, a lot of people do not change unless they absolutely put in the work to do so. And if no one's holding them actually accountable and they're taking responsibility, they will not. They will not. And no different from Mr. Diddy himself, who is a liar, seems like a cheater, seems like an abusive type of person, seems like. I don't know everything of the ins and outs, but that video showed a lot, okay? So y'all, I want to hear from you on this situation, but I thought I would talk about this because we're always talking about accountability. We're always talking about these stars and all these things. Cat Williams got the party started, baby. Mercury was in retrograde. We done had all kinds of stuff happening. And with that, I'm just really trying to find the lessons in helping you out along the way. This is not just pop psychology or pop talk or pop culture. It's real. And the things that people conceal and keep behind their backs, we got to be aware of. If there's smoke, there's fire. And yes, some people deserve redemption, but some people deserve redemption while accepting the consequences of their actions. Diddy is one of those people. So I'm going to get off my high horse and, I'm going to sit back and relax, but I want to hear from y'all on this video. Make sure that you comment, share this video with someone who can use it, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. Beautiful brown baby doll. Peace.